Kingsley Abuaji Jedu is a member of parliament for Bibiani Arianso Bekwai, and he's in the studio alongside Bride Edward Kojo Damoji, a member of parliament for Botsiano English Amanfro. And thanks for joining me. All right.
Thank you.
And we have to start with doctors threatened to resign after June 30 over conditions of service. And the Ghana Medical Association says its members working in the public sector could resign before the close deadline of June 30. And the association first issued the ultimatum way back last year around November when they set the June 30 ultimatum, and so they believe the government hasn't done anything about their concerns. And this is the quotes they have. We've gotten to a point, an official is being quoted, where we say enough is enough. And I have to start with you, Mr. Abuaji Jedu.
Thank you very much, and a very good morning to all your viewers all over the world, wherever they might be, especially those watching me from Bibiani and Sobekwai. I say a special good morning to them. You see, this story is very scary, honestly. I may not be that knowledgeable, but I haven't heard it in the history of mankind anywhere. Yes, that doctors are not threatening to go on strike. They are threatening to resign. And when we say doctors, I believe it's from the Director General to the person who is doing housemanship. And can you imagine what will happen if this threat is carried out? It means that Kolebu, Konfanochi, Ifian Kwanta, Who Hospital, Sunyani, Tamale, and other major hospitals in the country will grind to a halt. And can you imagine the implications on the health of the people of Ghana? And it's not like the notice was served yesterday. Reading the story, the notice was served last year, November. They gave a tentative date, June ending. It means that as at November, when they were giving the threat, they gave the government 7-8 months. I plead with government. There are certain things you cannot joke with. If they have managed to toil with our lives, our jobs, our incomes, our comfort in the energy sector, by not providing us electricity when we need it to work and make money for the country, they cannot toil with our head. And you see, even more ironic is the fact that I have a niece who has completed medical school and she's doing her housemanship. They started last year. Up to now, the peanuts that they are supposed to be giving as allowances are not coming.
They're not forthcoming?
They're not forthcoming. And this young lady, 24, 25, has to fall back on her parents as if she was still in school. Every weekend, she comes home for some pocket money. And you are talking about ladies. Please. In fact, one cannot understand what is happening in this country. Those who have completed their housemanship, I mean, those days there are certain professions that once you come out of it, automatically you are absorbed into the system. Today, after your 2-year housemanship, you are asked to apply. And many are sitting at home, they cannot find jobs. Medical professionals. Can you believe this? And you go to many of our district hospitals and even major hospitals, and there are no personnel there. So Ghana, where is our priority? Are we serious as a country? I mean, people spend medical professionals are people I respect so much. Because for me, it's you sort of bond yourself to study for the rest of your life. They are always studying. Even at the university, they spend 7 years. And you spend 7 years to undergo a training to become a professional. And when you come out, there's no job for you. And contrast that with the previous government who put in place actually, special and package to retain our medical professionals. I overheard that time, 2008, thereabout, I heard a medical professional saying in a public place that if you go to New York, there were many more Ghanaian doctors in the New York state of the United States of America than there were in Ghana. People were just going to the US because they feel they could get greener pastures. And government of Kufuor he put in place packages, tax exemption for medical.
The Kufuor-led administration?
Yes. Kufuor-led administration, one of which was tax exemption for medical professionals who imported cars.
I hear that has been removed.
It's been removed. They also established postgraduate college for those who wanted to pursue further studies. It's still ongoing. But if I come out and I cannot find a job, do you think I'll stay in Ghana? I mean, who wants to be unemployed? Even a JHS graduate wants to be employed, let alone somebody who has gone through the mill to become a medical professional.
Right.
He can't find a job.
The main concern of the medical doctors is solely about their conditions of service. Now, the conditions of service has also got to do with additional negotiations for emolument, but also what is at the workplace. You go there and how you work and the condition under which you work is unbearable for you.
Yes, good morning to our viewers, and I want to take the opportunity to say good morning to my constituents in Botiano Amanfo. You see, I don't know whether maybe the writer of the statement or the press that has a problem, because I don't believe how can you say that doctors want to resign. How do they? Is it block resignation?
Yes, it's a decision taken by the Ghana Medical Association, the professional umbrella body of all the medical doctors.
And you believe strongly that
they can go ahead with a threat.
By the end of
June 30th, nothing is done.
All doctors in this country will take a pen and paper, because everybody was employed solely. Everybody's appointment letter was given to him solely. If you are looking for employment, you write your application.
Your statement always seems to connote that you think government can call the bluff of the medical.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the statement. Yeah. I don't believe strongly that a group
just gives an
indication. No, let's be analytical and analyze issues here. How can a group of people go and say that we are going to resign? If labor unions don't resign, they do things to improve the condition of service of their members. So if you're an executive member of the union and your intention is to let your members resign, because you see, every issue that is debated on the union levels are issues raised by the members of the association. That's just the first point. My concern is that I believe strongly that I don't see how it will be possible that every member of a particular union will resign blockly. Are they going to write a application the same day and submit the same day resignation letter? It doesn't work out for me very well. But if they say that they are going to take series of action to compel government to sit down with them, because this is not an issue. Collective bargaining agreement are normal things. That's within the law. That if sometimes some organization do it 2 years, 4 years, and if it is expired, you sit down again and look at it and review it and make some changes. So what I will say, and even tell the minister or whoever is responsible, is to speed up action for them to sit down. In any case, if you compare in terms of remunerations of doctors in the two regimes that he's talking about, there's too much difference we can talk about.
Meaning what?
He's talking about
that the doctors are better off this time?
Yes, that's the point I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can look at even general emolument, the amount of money we spend on the wage structure in this country. You compare it.
The conditions of livelihood have worsened.
No, we can use indicators to measure it. That one is debatable. But I'm saying that in terms of income level of our doctors,
it's an interesting point you made.
In terms of
because you seem to surmise that looking at the incremental improvement in the conditions or the emolument of workers in Ghana,
yes,
they are better off.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
They're better off.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I see.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Right.
That if you watch the wage structure of this country in 2008, as is alluding to, against what we have now, there's a tremendous jump in almost all the sectors in this country.
you haven't. I
haven't. So the point I'm trying to make is that whoever is responsible.
Conclude for me then, sir. Right.
Yes, whoever is responsible to sit down with the union of the doctors to reframe their collective bargaining agreement. So to speed up. These are not issues that we should be thinking about. If anybody collective bargaining agreement ends, yours is to form a committee to sit down with them and review it. This should not be an issue.
Now, if we have utterances like this coming from Mr. Bright Demoji, and then you tend to also do analysis of the posture of government, because consistently the doctors have been saying this for the last couple of months.
Yes.
Is it a posture of, well, we really don't care about what you say, or you don't worry, your conditions will be improved?
No, but I mean, the president himself has come out to say.
What did he say?
He said he doesn't care.
When did he say that?
Oh, I mean, haven't you heard about this dead goat syndrome?
Or
what was he referring
when
to?
he was visiting Namibia?
Yes.
Or is it
he said the worst has happened to him already.
Botswana.
So he doesn't care. And I think that is what my friend here is alluding to. And you see, when in political parties, like every organization, when your leader says something, it inspires you, it motivates you. You go the same direction.
So he's motivated by
yes, by that saying, which is not good. I mean, you cannot have any responsible president coming out to say that I have a dead goat syndrome. And then you go and dance in Ethiopia. When he was dancing in Ethiopia and playing it in Kumasi, some of us felt that, oh, probably he doesn't understand the song. He doesn't understand the meaning. But when he went ahead to come out openly to say that, look, I have seen the worst. I have a dead goat syndrome. I don't care what happens. I will do what I want. For Christ's sake, people of Ghana voted for you. And the bottom line of democracy is responsibility.
But we've had a general secretary of the party come to say his statements were being misinterpreted. Doesn't it mean that he has a certain strategy, and the strategy is to make sure it works, and so nobody's utterances and truncations could veer him off the path that he's chosen?
I mean, and the facts on the ground doesn't support that. When he danced to the Ethiopia syndrome and the NDC were the still NDC communicators were defending it, I was in the studio, one of the Asempa, with the general secretary.
I know you're a regular at Asempa.
Yes, who actually condemned it and said, look, this is not something that anybody should defend, and that the president goofed by dancing to that music. Probably, like I've said earlier, he probably didn't understand the implications. But when he went ahead to, even this time around, not even in Twi, speaking in the language that we believe he's very fluent because he's a communicator, to say that he's suffering from a dead goat syndrome. Please, this is not an area that you can bring your dead goat syndrome
How
to.
do you think government needs to approach this? Because, because we've had withdrawal of services before by service providers of the National Health Insurance Authority, and it affected the scheme. Yeah. So we don't need to wait to see a replication of this. We've had BDCs threatened for a month, 4 weeks, and they carried out their threat. We looked on, so it's not as if that can't happen.
Yes.
What do we need to do?
That is why I fault my friend by saying that, oh, this can never, you can't imagine how this can be carried out. I mean, for Christ's sake, what does it take? How many are they? Even if they have 10,000, they can all decide to write a resignation letter.
We don't have 10,000 medical doctors.
No, I'm even exaggerating that even if they are 10,000, they can still all decide that, look, this is the decision. We are writing our resignation and presenting it tomorrow morning. Can you imagine even if half of them should go ahead and resign?
It's good that you're not a medical doctor, though. So yes, it means that you are not going to resign.
No, I'm not going to resign. But my problem is that this is not something that a government can joke with. The least the government can do is to sit down with them. I mean, what does it take? Let them understand. You see, we are running a government that is so opaque. It's not transparent. So they don't want people to know what is happening.
What is untransparent about what's being happening?
I mean, if you were having a transparent, responsible government, when people have challenges, sit down with them, know what the challenge is, let them know what is at stake, what you can offer, and then offer them. So you you don't wait and then call their bluff. When this thing happens, the ordinary man is going to suffer.
Right.
Die,
how do we keep
and then you will be enjoying your booty.
This very threat being...
Let me just quickly respond to some of the things he said, especially with regard to our president. You see, the president, everybody in this country, before you become a president, You have a plan. Is that not it? So if you say that you have a plan that you are working with, that whoever or your detractors who want to detract you, you don't give a damn to
Is that what he said?
You're going to focus on your plan. That's the point I'm making.
He said there have been many protestations. You listen to him. There are media programs that are organized just to lambast him, etc. I mean, that's just paraphrasing.
He's focused on his plans.
And he's focused. And so he's like a dead goat who, no matter what is done to that very goat, doesn't feel any...
I'm saying that the impulse of the statement is that you have a specific plan for this country and it's going to ensure it's pursuing to the latter. That's the bottom line. So that's for anybody that don't can impute any meaning to it. For the president, you have a plan for this country and he's pursuing it.
So what's the plan for the Ghana Medical Association? Because by June 30,
as I said earlier on,
and June 30 is not far off.
These are labor issues, very labor. Nobody says that nobody cares. I don't think that the implication that the point that they have not been able to conclude a collective bargaining agreement for medical doctors means that nobody cares. That is not the point. Yes, there could be some delay in negotiating to ensure that they have reached amicable conclusion regarding the collective bargaining agreement. But do we need to conclude that nobody cares? Is that the implications for the fact that the medical doctors are not able to conclude their condition of service or bargaining agreement? It means that nobody cares. Please, let's not go that way. If there's a need for us to speed up action to ensure that we complete on their collective bargaining agreement, we can propose those ones. But for anybody to say that because they have not completed their collective agreement, it means that government doesn't care. For that, then you are bringing in dead goat syndrome. I have a very difficulty with understanding that one.
Okay.
Then I will move on to say that, you see, he made certain categorical statement earlier on by saying that even last year, he knows he's in Parliament. Every year, they brought cars, vehicles to doctors. They parked it in Parliament there. You are always there. Not all those saloon cars that you see parked in Parliament. They are for medical doctors. And who has removed tax exemption on doctors? Who? From where?
Oh, you are not aware.
From where?
If you are not aware, say you are not aware.
No, where?
Medical professionals are not all doctors.
When?
Medical professionals are not all doctors.
I am saying that which
Okay.
of the art? Where?
Please,
So if you can prove it to me.
Check the 2000.
don't worry, don't worry.
Check the 2010 budget.
Yeah.
Okay,
2010 budget.
gentlemen, I've wrapped up on this subject. It's good that you guys.